General writing task 1 measures your ability to communicate about common practical issues. So you have 20 minutes to complete your task and you need to write 150 word in the given time, right? So with this video you can learn how to write a letter to a person, company or an institution with a very super easy way. So let's start the video. So here are some tips for IELTS Journal Task 1. So first of all, identify the type of letter you are being asked to write. So here are 3 types of letter: formal, semi-formal and informal. In the next, you have to identify the purpose of the letter. So in purpose of writing the formal letter is requesting information from a company, applying for a job, complaining to a bank, store, airline about their product or service, or making any kind of recommendation, suggestion. On the other hand, you write the semi-formal letter to complaining to landlord, explaining to your neighbor, asking for a permission. And you write the informal letter to invite someone you know very well, thanking your friend, apologizing, asking for advice or any kind of suggestion, right? Read lots of sample questions, decide whether the question requires a formal, semi-formal or informal response, right? So this will help you to choose the right language, style or tone for your letter. In the next, open and close your letter correctly. Okay, do this based on the type and the purpose of the letter. If you are writing the formal letter, so this letter will be written to someone you have not met, whose name you don't know, and start this letter with dear sir, ma'am, and end your letter with the yours faithfully. In semi-formal letter, this letter you will write to someone you may or may not have met, whose last name you know, like dear Mr. Brown, or you can end this letter with yours sincerely. Informal letter. Informal letter, you will write this letter to someone you know very well, whose first name you know and you use it very regularly, like it might be your brother, sister. Like you can write dear John, dear Anita, and you can end your letter with best regard, warm wishes, right? So start your letter appropriately. If you are writing formal and semi-formal letter, open a formal and semi-formal letter with a formal sentence and paragraph, right? Get down to business and say why are you writing. Don't write too friendly, as you do not know the person you are writing to. Okay, so informal letter, start your letter with I am writing this letter to inquire you about, I am writing this letter to inform you, I am writing in connection with. Or if you are writing semi-formal letter, start your letter with dear Mr. Johnson, dear Mr. Stone, I am writing to inform you that, or I am writing to inquire you about. Okay, so open an informal letter with a journal friendly paragraph, right? Acknowledge your friendship first before explaining the reason for your letter. In fact, the first paragraph could include just friendly small talk unrelated to the reason for your writing. Like you can start your letter with dear Suzanne, I hope you and your family are all well. It was so wonderful to spend time with all of you last month. It felt great to catch up with you and Bob, get to know your children and have fun together after so long. You have always been dear friends of mine and always will be. Okay, anyway, the reason I am writing is that I have some good news. I am getting married in September, right? So with this way you can start your informal letter. Use starting standard writing expression, right? So in English letter writing, we use a number of standard expression and phrases. These not only save time and effort but also make it easier for the reader to understand our meaning. You can add on the specific information you wish to communicate to these standard phrases. See the list of useful expressions below. Okay, so use correct spelling in your letter. Learn and practice the correct spelling of words you are likely to use in the exam. Example: sincerely, faithfully, in connection with, apologize, and so on. This is an easy way to boost your score. Okay, so divide the letter into paragraph. Usually you need 4 paragraphs, 3 or 4 paragraphs, right? First, introduction. Second, problem, situation. Third, solution or any kind of action, and conclusion. Make sure to signal the start of a new paragraph in 1 or 2 ways. Okay. And one more thing you have to take care before writing your letter: indenting. Do not leave a line space between paragraphs. Start writing a little to the right of the left margin, right? And leave a line space between paragraphs. Start writing directly from the left margin. Okay, and use clear handwriting, clear and legible handwriting. Make sure your writing is neat and legible so your words can be read easily and do not appear to have spelling mistake. Get feedback from a teacher on your handwriting. Pay special attention to how you form and connect letters such as E, I, U. Okay? And write at least 150 words. Practice writing letter till you know what 150 words feels like and looks like. Okay? You will lose marks if you write less. You will not lose marks if you write more. And include all 3 bulleted points. If you exclude even one of the points given to you in the question, you will get a lower grade. Answer all the points. Okay, in your letter, explain the problem or explain the situation, describe why it bothers you, why it disturbs you, and suggest a solution. Okay, finish your task on time. The IELTS Journal Task 1 letter is worth about 30% of your writing score. So make sure you complete the whole letter. You have to make up a story to explain the situation. Keep it simple so you don't run out of time. Make sure to keep 40 minutes to complete the essay in task 2, which is worth much more in terms of points. Okay, and read model letters but don't memorize them. Instead, read the letters to get an idea of the overall flow and to pick up new vocabulary and expression. Make sure to consult only reliable sources. Understand the scoring criteria. Learn how to get a high score by knowing what examiners look for and how they award or deduct points. Okay. First of all, you have to take care about task achievement. Do everything you are asked to do. Give a full developed response. Include all the necessary points and write 150 words. Next, one of the most important thing in writing task 1 is coherence and cohesion. So present your ideas logically. Use structured paragraphs. Okay, write so points stick together that make sense and convey your message, your standard expression and transition words. Lexical resources. Use wide range of vocabulary that could be very natural, very correct and fluent, right? Use correct spellings, choose the right words, use the correct form of words such as verbs, nouns, etc. Right? Next one is grammar range accuracy. So use a wide range of grammar structure, include different kinds of sentences in your letter like simple, compound or complex. Use effective punctuation, use correct capitalization also. Practice writing letters regularly and get them checked by an certified IELTS trainer. Not every English teacher understands the demands of the particular exam. So find someone who has IELTS teaching experience if possible. Practice writing answer to sample question every day in order to improve your skills, your speed, your confidence and your score.